In this class, we will study the turn-off characteristics of SCR. In the previous class itself, we discussed some of the points of turn-off characteristics. Just we are recollecting the previous topic, basic concepts, and revise and recollect previous topic. Then we will move further. Okay. So in the previous classes, we studied what is turn-on. What is turn-on characteristic? Turn-on process can be defined as it is the process from forward blocking state to forward conduction state. It is a process which takes place between forward blocking to forward conduction state is nothing but the turn on process. What is turn off process means? Turn off process means it is the process taking place from forward conduction state to forward blocking state. Forward conduction state to forward blocking state. That is nothing but the turn off process. What is the condition of turn off process means? During turn off process, anode current should be, that means to turn off the SCR, what is the condition we require means anode current should be less than the holding current. That is the condition we require to turn off the SCR. So that process is nothing but the turn off process. How we are turning off the SCR, that is how we are decreasing the anode current lower than the holding current. That process is nothing but the turn off process. So in the previous classes we discussed that concept. Okay, so we'll see now in this class we'll see further points regarding that. This is the first one. This is the process from forward conduction state to forward blocking state, and what is the requirement of the condition is anode current should be less than holding current, and after reaching the turn off state, the condition of junctions will be J1, J3 will be in reverse bias and J2 will be in forward bias. This is the final steady state value. What we require after completion of turn off process. So this entire concept is nothing but the procedure, that is the procedure of commutation, or you can say turn off process of SCR. But only thing you should remember, during this process, must and should we need to apply a reverse voltage across anode and cathode terminals. There should be anode and cathode voltage, which is an anode is negative terminal. If you see the diagram, you can observe that anode is a negative terminal and cathode is positive terminal. That means reverse voltage is applying for a finite amount of time. Clearly I am mentioning it is required for a finite amount of time. After some time, if you are applying any amount of time, that is after some time, if you apply any voltage value, the SCR itself has a capability to block that voltage. That means turn off is completed. Turn off is completed means SCR will have a capability to block the voltage which we are applying. That is nothing but reverse voltage value. What we are applying. Reverse blocking voltage, or you can say simply PIV value, peak inverse voltage, which we are applying. That capability will regain after turn off process completion. So there is no bother about the voltage, whatever the amount which you are applying across anode to cathode terminals after the completion of turn off process. But remember that during the turn off process also, we required some amount of voltage. Which is reverse voltage. During this turn off process, we require some reverse voltage across the terminal. So that point is very, very important, which we discussed in the previous class also. And these are the characteristics. Here the turn off is nothing but turn off time. You can see the turn off time is nothing but turn off time. Turn off time you can see is a TQ. It is represented with TQ. Turn off time is represented with TQ. You see this one is the TQ value. So this is the TQ value. TQ is nothing but turn off time. TQ is nothing but turn off time. This turn off time is the time period between T1 and T4. And this turn off time is classified into two categories. That is, turn off process can be classified into two categories. Turn off process is classified into two categories, and the corresponding time is nothing but recovery time and recombination time. If you see the graph, you can clearly observe that turn off process is nothing but TQ. Turn off time is nothing but TQ. This entire time period is split into two types, that is TRR. We can see TRR, reverse recovery time, and TGR, gate recovery time. TRR and TGR. reverse recovery time and gate recovery time. So total turn-off process of the SCR is classified into reverse recovery time and gate recovery time. Reverse recovery time and gate recovery time. So reverse recovery time is the time period between T1 and T3. T1 and T3. And recombination time or gate recovery time. During gate recovery time, recombination process will take place. That is the time period between T4 and T3. Or you can say between T3 and T4, the time period is nothing but gate recovery time. During this gate recovery time, the recombination process will take place. So this is the thing. And the entire concept lies in this graph only. During the turn-off process also we discussed based upon the graph. And similarly, we are discussing the same concept with the help of graph only. Graph is nothing but voltage and current variation. So we will clearly discuss based upon this graph. If you understand this graph, what are the parameters, how it is working, you can clearly answer any type of questions. Okay. Right. You see, what you are doing here means the process is mainly meant for turning off SCR. Turning off SCR. That means turning off before turning off process. Initially SCR is in on state. Before turning off process, initially SCR is in on state. If you see the graph, you can clearly observe. So before turning off, TQ is the turn off time, but at turn off time before that we have a steady state operation. This is the steady state operation. So steady state operation, during steady state operation means SCR is continuously in on state. There is no variation. Continuously in on-state means 100% of anode current is available with a small amount of on-state voltage drop across SCR. So after giving a command at an instant of some time, if you consider a some time, after some time, you are giving a command to the turn off circuit. Turn off circuit means which is used to turn off the SCR, which is specifically meant to turn off the SCR. The main purpose of turn off circuit or commutation circuit is to turn off the SCR. That means we are trying to decrease the anode current below the holding current value. That is the process which we require during turn off process, during turn off of SCR. So that is the command which we are providing. First we are giving a supply, that is by using a circuit we are turning off. So initially when you are giving a command to a circuit to turn off, then at that instant the 100% anode current will gradually decreasing. Di by with a rate of di by dt. You see, this is a di by dt. Di by dt is nothing but rate of change of current. This rate of change of current is gradually decreasing from constant value to a lower value. Gradually it is decreasing. Di by dt rate decreasing, but it is not hold to zero value. That is, anode current will not become zero. It again further goes to the negative region, and it slowly decreases to a constant value. Negative side again it starts decreasing. This area which we are seeing here, the area is nothing but under this curve between T1, this is the area, this is the charge carrier. Charge carriers are storing, excess charge carriers are storing. This area is a triangle like shape which we discussed in the previous power diodes also we discussed the same concept. So this reverse recovery, excess charges, this excess charges are main reason. The excess charges are the main reason to get negative value of anode current. Excess charges are the main reason to get anode current a negative value. It will not hold at zero. Anode current will not be zero. It again goes to the negative value. This is due to the excess charge carriers present in the SCR. Excess charge carriers present in the SCR. What is the excess charge carriers? How can you classify that? Is excess charge carrier means simply you can say initial state. At the initial state, we already said that there is an anode current. Anode current means there is a flow of current between anode and cathode. Due to that, the flow of electrons will be takes place, and all the three junctions J1, J2, J3 junctions are forward bias. That is the initial case of during on state. Then we are giving a command. That SCR2 should turn off. During that process, we are giving a voltage across anode to cathode voltage. There is a reverse voltage we are applying across anode to cathode voltage, and the excess charge carrier. Excess charge carrier means previously it is an on state, but charges are spread all over the structure of ACR. That excess charges excess charges will not comes into the steady state. That means steady state means our intention is the current flow will not suddenly stops. If you are turning off the SCR means it will not immediately turn off. It will not immediately turn off. It has some current. It takes some time. It takes some time to turn off due to the excess charges which are accumulated in junctions. Excess charge carriers which are accumulated in junctions J1, J2 and J3. Okay, if you clearly see J1 and J3, or we can define like this: outer layers. What are the outer layers for this SCR means? If you see the diagram, outer layers of the SCRs means outer layer is P layer and N layer. P layer is connected to anode terminal, N layer is connected to cathode terminal. These two are outer layer. Excess charges stored in the outer layers are vanishes during the time period of recovery. During the recovery time, listen carefully, during the recovery time, or you can say simply, or you can clearly classify like this: during recovery time, all the excess charges are vanishes. All the excess charges are vanishes. And during recombination process, the remaining excess charges which are present in the inner layer, inner layer means J2 junction. At J2 junction will vanish. Okay, outer layer junctions has excess charge carriers. That excess charge carriers are removed during recovery process, and the remaining excess charge carriers in J2 junction, that is inner layers, is also removed during recombination process. What is the concept behind this? So during entire turn off process, recovery and recombination plays a major role. Recovery is the major part here, because recombination takes very less time and depends upon some circuit conditions, semiconductor device which you are using. So semiconductor device, all the semiconductor devices has the capability to recombination process. There is no need of any external pressure or any external forces you need to apply in terms of voltage and current. There is no need to apply. Any semiconductor device itself has its recombination property. So when you compare the time periods, TRR is more dominant when comparing with TGR. It doesn't mean that TGR is very less or TGR is zero. TGR is not zero here. The dominant portion is TRR. That's why the turn off process is mainly depends upon the recovery rate. How fast the excess charge carriers are vanishes. That fastness will decide the turn off time period. Okay. So on what parameters this turn off TRR will depend? On what parameters this TRR will depend? That means by varying some parameters, the TRR value will reduce. Obviously, with that reduction of TRR value, then only you are getting circuit, that is off time period will reduce. By reducing TRR value, then the entire dominant portion is TRR. That's why the off time period will reduces. The off time period of SCR will reduces. So TRR value mainly depends upon three factors. TRR value mainly depends upon three factors. What are the three factors means? The initial anode current which we are applied, which is already passing in the SCR. Before giving a command of off to the circuit, before giving a command to the SCR, how much anode current is present in the SCR? That is the first factor. The TRR will depends upon the majorly three factors. That's what I am mentioning here. It is very important. Three factors. First factor is the initial anode current. How much anode current is present in the SCR? What is initial anode current? Anode current is traveling in SCR. Before we are giving a command, initially SCR is an on state. That is I'm mentioning here. So how much anode current is present in the SCR before we are giving a command? And second one is the rate of change of anode current. That decides the fastness. Because if you see the graph here, di by dt rate, the di by dt rate will decides the time period. Maximum part is decided by the di by dt rate of change of anode current. How much amount of the current is changing with respect to time, that is di by dt rate, will decide. The second factor is di by dt rate of change of anode current. And the third factor is junction temperature. Third factor is junction temperature. Third factor is junction temperature. Junctions, across the junctions, they have some temperature. So based upon that, the recovery rate time will decide. Recovery rate time will decide. So these are the major three factors. Then what is the purpose of voltage applying across the anode to cathode? What is the purpose of applying a reverse voltage across the terminals of anode and cathode? What is the purpose here means, if you see